Are you there?
I am here. Are you there?
I'm here. Quick question, guys. I went 1-3 last week. I went with your picks, man. Lost it. Didn't make the finals. You guys had me going with Warner, not Breeze, and not using Miami and picking up the Patriots. I lost by 5. And I would have tied them and would have won on criteria. So you did me good with Akers, but you had been doing me good the last 6 weeks. So I guess we were due for one. You know what I mean? But I missed the finals. So I'm in the trash bowl now.
Oh man, but listen, we try to do it. We try to take a look at matchups each week. And the probability that we've been given all season long has been about 85 to about 87% we've been hitting on. So we apologize. All we do here at Fantasy Ground Live is give you the choices. It ultimately comes down to the fantasy owner to make the decisions. We can't make those decisions for you. We try to help in the areas where we see fit. And again, sometimes that happens. I'll tell you what, I got 3 teams in the final this week. Out of the 8 that I played, I was in 8 playoff games last week, and I missed on a couple that I wish I would have, put some other guys in. But, unfortunately, that's the way it goes sometimes, and that's how we do it, though. We keep it real.
Oh, you guys have been great to me. Like, so, Warner should have did better over Breeze last week in there. There's no, and like I said, Miami, San Francisco struggles on the road, and I should have known that, but Miami's defense is tough against the pass with Gore out. So I figured Patriots would be good, but when they got up on a big lead, the Patriots, they play lax defense, and that's what always does. You win some, you lose some. But my quick question is, in the trash bowl, I'm going to probably use Schaub over Warner since the problem up in New England. That's a good move to do since they're playing Oakland and Oakland. Go with Schaub for that last leg I'm in for the trash bowl.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I've been going back and forth with a lot of people that have Warner. And I'll be honest with you, and this is just my personal feeling. I'm scared as hell right now about starting Warner, especially I have him in one of my expert leagues going this week in the championship. It scares me because, again, if you take a look at the history of Kurt Warner, does not play well in cold weather. It's going to be freezing cold there. It's going to be snowing. So, you know what? Anquan Boldin isn't playing either this week. He's likely out. Okay, right. So, again, Anquan Boldin is likely out with that bum shoulder. So, that takes away one of the weapons if he's going to sit out. This is the information I got early today. So that really scares the crap out of me. Now, Matt Shaw's been on fire. Andre Johnson has been unbelievable. I mean, he's right behind Wes Walker as far as receptions this year. So if it's me, I'm looking, I'd rather go Matt Shaw in this instance because, again, with the weather playing effect, big-time effect there, to me, I'd rather go the other way and play it safe with Matt Shaw. What about you, Tony Sincotta?
Hey, I'm playing Kurt Warner in 2 championship games today. If I had Matt Schaub on my bench, I'd be playing him in none.
There you go. I guess that's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I guess, like I said, yeah, that helps me there. But I said you guys have been great all year. Sorry I didn't get you guys at the beginning of the year. But like I said, I finished 12-4 in the other leg, losing last week. The other one, it's just all about matchups. You guys have been great. I look forward to dealing with you guys next year too. And I'll let people know you guys have been a big help. So I thank you again, and I'm sure my son will call you next.
Hey, well, man, we really appreciate it again. Sometimes, for the most part, it's not all season long. So, hey, make sure you check it out because January 1st, Fantasy Pros 911.com comes online. It's going to be ultimate fantasy site. Fantasy Pros 911, guys. Check it out. Myself, Tony Sincotta, Lenny McNick, and a host of over 17, 18 writers, I think is what we got on board right now. We're covering baseball, football, basketball, and hockey. So we got every angle covered, bro. So make sure you check that out.
I will, and best luck to you guys in your fantasy leagues this week with the finals, guys. Thanks again for your help the last 6 weeks, and have a nice holiday. Thanks again.
All right, you too, man. Have a great holiday, pal. We appreciate it. We go right back to the phone line, Tony, from the 732 area code. Welcome to Fantasy Ground Live.
Hey, guys. It's Nicky the Bull here.
Hey,
how you guys doing?
Good.
Good. I'm in the Super Bowl, so I had a blowout. Had a blowout week last week. I had Andre Johnson. I had Steve Smith. I had Slayton. I had Pierre Thomas. I had Rivers. I put up 198 last week.
Damn!
Yeah, and the guy who lost to me put up 170. So he's really crying right now.
Hey, let me back this up just a quick second. Last year I was in CBS Sportsline, right? And I was in the big money league that they got over there. And I went 11 and 3. Yeah, 11 and 3 in the league, and I smoked everybody in most points. It was unbelievable. I go into the first week of the playoffs, smoke the guy. Go into the next week, I lose by 2 points, and the score was pretty damn close to the same. I'll tell you what, I was crying for about a week. So I know how that guy feels, but that's the way it happened, man. When you come up against the Bull, Mickey the Bull, what else can you do?
That's it. I got a couple questions there this week to help bring me home the money, guys. I've got. It's very hard to sit Phillip Rivers. I mean, I've got Sean Hill on my bench here, so it's between Rivers and Hill. I'm leaning towards Rivers. My other dilemma is Jacobs or Sammy Morris. Now, the only thing that makes it more of a dilemma, I think Jacobs might play, but he pulled this dance with us a few weeks back, and he didn't play. And, the difference is the time. If I don't go with Sammy Morris and Jacobs does another disappearing act on me, I'm without a player tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that right there, that's probably one of the hardest ones. I've been getting a lot of those this week as well, but I'll start with here with the Rivers and Hill. I'll be honest, I know it's tough when you have Phillip Rivers, and what you're actually going to do there, but when I take a look at my board, which I didn't go up this week only because of weather and a lot of different things, but I actually have Sean Hill slated as my third best quarterback for this week. I'll be honest. When I take a look at the matchups there, I like him. But I'll turn it over to Tony. Tony, what are your thoughts on the Phillip Rivers and Sean Hill situation?
It's amazing because Hill has a good matchup, but the Buccaneers this week are playing without Gaines Adams, Derek Brooks, Chris Hovan, Gabe White. So there is a chance you could play Rivers, but you're looking at that Rams, and it's really enticing there. So I think it's your gut, your feel. It's going to be up to you. I think either way, those guys are going to be top 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah. Now, when you take a look at the running backs again, you bring up a great point on the Brandon Jacobs, but again, to me, this is a huge game. This game's on Sunday Night Football on NBC. I don't think Jacobs misses this game. Now, Morris, I think, will have a decent game, but right now, my sleeper defense this week is the Arizona Cardinals. Again, with the whole weather situation there, I like what Arizona brings to the table. I know it's a West Coast team going to the East Coast team, yada, 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 but I'm looking for Arizona to have a huge game on defense. To me, Tony, when I take a look at this matchup, it's very, very hard for me to shy away from Brandon Jacobs, especially after having 2 weeks off, especially the fact that it's a huge game. The offense has got to go through Brandon Jacobs, in my opinion. What's your thoughts?
When I look at the game, though, I'm scared of Jacobs, and the reason I'm scared is everybody watched the Dallas game last night, and you saw Marion Barber was playing. He was in the lineup. CBS announced it. He sat on the lineup in his uniform. Remember, the Giants are in the playoffs. I'm concerned about getting a 0, and I'm always overly conservative when it gets to the playoffs, and I'll play the guy that I know is going to play and get me some points because I just want to stay away from the 0. So that's going to be a tough call, and like you said, you'll have to wait 7 hours after that game. The conservative approach, it's all about you, your style, your charisma. The conservative approach is Morris. If you want big bang for your buck, you're going to go with Jacobs. Look in the mirror and decide who you are.
I think the ball goes with Jacobs.
He's calling you out. I think he's calling you out.
I think the ball has to go with Jacobs. Too big. I think it's just. I'm answering my own question. I know I called, but I think it's almost too big of a game, and they have to play Jacobs. And I think the Giants will probably be enticed to push him a little harder than they did in previous weeks because now they're looking to sit home with the home field advantage.
Exactly. Hey, great point. We all saw what the Giants did last year on the road. It's tough to do what they did last year. To have the comfort of playing at home for the entire playoff in the NFC with actually an opportunity to go back-to-back in the Super Bowl. Again, I think you make a great point. It's one of those things, watch it right up to game time. See what the telecast is saying. Check out the web. See if Brandon Jacobs is a go because I guarantee you Fox will have coverage on that as far as what Jacobs going to do, whether he's there or not and ready to go. Now, if you take a look, I checked out rotoworld.com prior to coming on, and Jacobs pretty much said he's ready to rock and roll. So, you got to take that for what it's worth, but keep an eye on that because, again, you don't want to be stuck with a 0. But the unfortunate thing, though, is that they're playing the late game tonight, and Morris was playing way before. So,
exactly.
Again, that's a tough one.
I think it's like you expressed. It's a gut call. You just got to go with it or not.